Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. It's week 4, day 2 of our painting adventure, and I'm so excited to dive into today's project with you. If you're new here, I'm Liad, and this week we're all about high key paintings. What they are, how to create them, and the little challenges that make them so rewarding. Today's painting is a 9x12 oil piece on ABS, inspired by a reference photo I found online. My goal was to create a high-key painting with a maximum dark value of around 60% gray, 100 being pure white. Now, this isn't an exact science, whether it's 60, 65, or 55 gray, it's more about the overall feel than precise numbers. As the week goes on, I'll gradually raise the key in my paintings, so stay tuned for that progression. If you're not super familiar with high-key paintings, I'd recommend checking out yesterday's video after this one. It's packed with helpful tips and examples to get you started. One thing I've learned when working with a compressed value range like this is that you often need to tweak your process. Normally, when I paint a simple painting from reference, I skip sketching altogether and jump straight into blocking in color. It's kinda like sketching, but with big flat blocks of paint. But in a high-key painting, those subtle shifts are much harder to see, especially in early stages. You can see in this painting, I start blocking in my values, but I stop and sketch in the figure to help me see what I'm actually doing. To keep myself on track, I periodically snap a photo of my painting and overlay it with my reference image. It's a bit like using a projector, but more flexible. This really helps me pinpoint areas that need adjustment. During this stage, I'm not really painting as much as I'm drawing with paint, focusing purely on the placement. Here's where it got tricky. I usually use quinacridone rose for my revisions because it stands out well, but in this high-key palette, it was actually too dark. As you'll see in this painting, I experimented mixing it with white or substituting it with yellow, but neither was perfect. My compressed values made even my revision lines hard to see. It's something I'll need to problem solve further in subsequent paintings. Let's talk color. Some hues like blue and red are straightforward in high key. They lighten to baby blue or pink. But brown is a puzzle. It's often described as a dark orange, and it sort of is, but it's also more nuanced. It's like a reverse neon that dulls light instead of intensifying it. So what happens to brown in a high-key painting? The logical answer is light brown, which often reads as tan. But tan and brown feel so different in context. In today's piece, I had to make a leather jacket look convincingly brown without breaking my high-key value range. I leaned heavily on highlights, pushed the saturation, and played with shifts between red and yellow. Did I nail it? Kind of. I think I dipped slightly below my 60% gray goal in those areas. Here's the thing, I could go back and lighten those darker spots, but I'm a big believer in moving forward. I'm really happy with how the painting turned out overall, and I think I'll gain more by reflecting on the experience and applying the lessons to my next piece. That said, if the discrepancy had been larger, I'd absolutely revise it. It's all about balance. And even though I'm trying to share my art and demonstrate high-key paintings, I'm learning from the experience too. As a painter, I think you're always learning. And if you're not, well, I don't know any artists who aren't always learning. So, there's always lessons to learn. The background in the reference wasn't super clear. He's leaning against something with wheels, like a truck with a flat top of some kind. It's not like any truck I've seen. It looks like the flat top part is made out of wood, and it looks like there are wood planks holding parts of it up. Not sure what's going on there. Because of this, I decided early on to keep it pretty simple and a bit abstract. I used my rubber brushes to get very clean, sharp, flat edges, because that really helps with clarity when working with such close values. And that's a wrap for today's painting. Tomorrow's video might be delayed. I've been cutting it close with my schedule lately. Let's see if future Liad can pull it off. I really want to hit my goal of 5 new videos every week, but it's a ton of work for one person, and I'm not going to sacrifice the quality of the paintings to hit that goal. So if it ends up being 4 videos, that's just what it'll end up being. But I'm still going to work like crazy to try and hit my goal. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Sharing this video with your art-loving friends would mean the world to me. You can also join my art community on Discord, link in the description, or follow me on social media, also link in the description. And if this painting caught your eye, it's available on my website for the special price of $250. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Have an amazing week, and as always, happy painting.